Sabi sa akin ni Coach Mayad kanina, napakiramdaman pa nila kung meron pang pain dun sa injury ni Gia at the midsection. So we'll see if she'll be able to play today. But our game is underway. Second game of our Sunday doubleheader between EAC and Letran. And it is going to be Letran's first point in our first rally.
But what we're seeing from Letran, they look very confident coming into this season, as well as very light yung energy nila sa loob ng court. Nitura on the service line for Letran.
We mentioned 18 points for Jodel in their first game. Toriado almost getting that one, but it goes back to EAC's side. Perez has been trying, but hasn't been connecting, and that's another point for Letran via an attack error of EAC.
What's unusual about Letran, but it's also a good thing, you have Nitura, who's an opposite, serving early here in the game. Usually, you have opposite hitters coming in after a rotation for a full front line. But you have Estrelier, who's a very tall setter and a good blocker as well.
And this is a 3-0 start for the Letran Lady Knights. You know, I'm happy that Shade is in the starting unit already for the Letran Lady Knights. Last year, ipinasok siya nung finals and really made a difference, right?
A lot of things and a lot of promise from this Letran team.
Because the previous starting middle blocker ng Letran, itong si Royce de la Cruz, siyempre, graduate na. Estrelier, sent it over. Perez tries again. Estrelier to Yen Martin, covered by Razonable. Perez.
Good touch.
Laging na-check yung mga atake dito ni Perez. Sari from behind. It is kept up. Perez will try again. Silva tracks it down. And it is off the block. 4-0 start. Another point for Isar.
You can see that Letran is such a solid unit, but that's all thanks to Silva as well. There's a lot of hard balls coming from EAC, but Silva is just giving those perfect passes time and time again for Letran, for Estrelier.
Yeah, that's her back-to-back best libero dito sa NCAA, Laramie Silva.
There she goes again.
And last year, she was the runaway winner as another point is scored by Letran. Ang ganda nung, as we see here, the reaction from Coach Mayet. Ito yung buelo ni Yen Martin, getting it off the block. Two blockers yung challenge doon ni Martin. So far, it is Letran making quick work of EAC. And it is largely because of their floor defense. Kasi magaganda yung mga atake ng EAC, Gaira.
Pero hindi kasi namamatay because, like we mentioned earlier, very solid yung defense nitong Letran.
So EAC still can't get their first point. Backs it for Nitura.
That's good.
Silva, underhand reverse set. And that's Yen Martin scoring again.
And we're seeing a lot of variations from Letran as well. Martin with that soft touch getting that point.
First timeout of his career for Coach Kirk Ong.
Nandito sa itirang bola, dito dapat. Dito. Di ba? Masyado tayong tense maglaro eh. Come on, tayo lang. Huwag masyadong tense. Gigil na gigil eh. Nawawala yung bilis natin. Bilis na natin pumano. Nagets mo? Depensa, okay naman ang depensa natin. Sa tatapatan medyo dapat one step ahead tayo. Pag bago nila pala yun, dapat gumagalaw na tayo. Basan na natin lahat. Hindi tayo nagbabasay, ha? Ang bola, hindi dapat dito, ha? Huwag dito.
Good timeout from Coach Kirk. He actually mentioned the key to this set is mawala yung tension sa loob ng court. They're very tense and they're just moving so rigidly. And also, he talked about the defense na dapat yung bola dinadala sa gitna, hindi kung san-san. And that's what he actually focused on in their off-season. So, this is something we should see from EAC that they should improve.
So, we'll see kung shake off na nila yung jitters nila dito. Storiado sends it back. De Andres. Razonable tracks it down. It is a chance ball in favor of Letran. Running attack Still covered by Razonable, but nobody getting the second ball. So Isar scores her third point in the opening moments.
But Estrelier giving that very fast running set to Isar. Good support from her end. And that's what you want about a tall setter. She's an attacking setter. So she's such an advantage for Letran.
That's true. She is a threat when she is in the front line, most especially as Martin. This is De Andres. EAC still hasn't scored. 1-2 play will do it for them.
First point for EAC in this set.
Now this is going to be the major change for EAC and really a tall task for Mariel De Guiria kasi ang papalitan niya si Ann Formento na napakatagal ng setter ni Coach Rod Palmero when he was, the head coach of EAC. So this is a first-year player. Sophomore sa school nila, first time here as part of Team A. And she's starting as Netura goes long on that hit.
But although we've mentioned Coach Rod, he had a good run with EAC. But this is also an advantage for Coach Kirk right now. He has a freshman setter, and then it's also his first year in the team. So talagang magagawa niya yung sistema niya or may implement niya yung sistema niya for this EAC squad.
And Coach Kirk, that's one of his specialties as EAC scores the point. That's Toriado waiting at the net. Hold on, adjust the wet spot here kasi dumiretso sa gitna itong si Lara May Silva. But this is encouraging for EAC. 3 straight points. So Angel Perez, this is from the EAC High School that won bronze in the girls division in the volleyball fiesta. He was also named as the second best outside spiker. They deny Yan Martin. Judel.
Good defense from EAC.
That's Diana, couldn't connect. Isar, too strong.
Isar was actually under that ball, so hindi niya masyadong na-control or nakita yung target niya. But you know what? We've been seeing great connection with her and Estrelier. So I'm pretty sure magagawan agad ng paraan nito ng Letran.
But for EAC, that turned out to be an excellent timeout for Coach Kirk Ong. Nagising yung mga player niya. Angel Perez. Ooh.
Strong serve.
Yeah.
Challenging Silva.
Yeah, si Silva nga ang pinahirapan. Oh! Nobody getting it on the other side. So Letran will head first to our technical timeout with a 4-point lead. On the other side of the break, we'll have a report from Bianca Tagarda.
Mga kapuso, the action resumes here in the NCAA Season 101 Women's Volleyball Tournament dito lamang sa San Andres Sports Complex. Bago nga ang laro ay nakausap ko si Coach Mayet Carolino and she shares to me na ang susi sa kanilang unang panalo ay ang dugong Letranista that runs in her blood as she was once in their shoes playing in the same team decades ago. Bukod pa dyan, Coach Mayet is also coming back this year not as a player but as a coach with so much to teach and so much to learn. Sa kabilang koponan naman, I got to talk to Coach Kirk Ong kung saan ikinuwento niya sa akin na ang isa sa mga adjustments na binigyang pansin niya ay ang depensa with new captain and libero Kai Diandres leading the team. Bukod pa dyan, Coach Kirk also calls out his players, telling them na ang panalo ay nagsisimula sa kanilang mga sarili and how they approach each and every set. Martin and Gaira?
Thank you, Bianca. Okay, report from both coaches, new coaches here in the NCAA. And we want to start first with Coach Kirk Ong kasi as we see this play from Letran, dahil itong EAC, we know them. They're very good with their floor defense, pero pagdating dun sa net defense and attacking, dun sila medyo nagkukulang.
And that's something they can improve on. But also, one thing to note, Coach Kirk made EAC's captain, De Andres, who is a libero, because she has to start everything. It starts with defense. So she needs to be able to organize her teammates inside the court.
De Andres was one of the best even last year in the libero position. And for Coach Mayet Carolino, it helps na yung coach mo talagang very passionate about the school. Again, she was part of the last championship team ng Letran in the women's division ng volleyball way back season 73. Back-to-back championships, season 73 and 74. Meantime, play continues. Back row hit doesn't work. It is a 10-4 lead for Letran. Silva
Good
somehow
save.
getting to it, but kept alive here by EAC. Not giving up. Estrelier, De Andres getting to it as well.
That's the advantage when you have a lefty setter. Another one.
Ooh, another dump this time. Popped up. Whoa! Cara Dayanan connects.
Dayanan with a perfect target going cross court. Just on the right side of those blockers. Sari also medyo sumobra din sa pag-block, so medyo malaki yung space on that on Netura's side.
Dayanan was actually the #2 scorer of EAC last year, right behind Eliza Alimen. She scored 177 points in the elimination round. Sari winds up and puts it down.
Sari, very sensational player for Letran.
We still haven't seen the full form of Vanessa Sari. Remember last year, she exploded for 37 points against Arellano. So very capable. Itong si Vanessa Sari. Setup, running attack will not work. No, that's Padilla scoring from the middle.
I also got the chance to talk to Coach Alexi earlier, and he mentioned, I asked him, what's something you're going to carry forward with the team now that you're new here? He said he saw a lot of set plays with Letran, and that's something he really likes. But he's also trying to bring in a European system wherein he activates the back players as well, and he also wants to go for those low, fast sets, which we're actually seeing with Letran in this game.
That's true. Lalo yung mga bigay kay Isara, no?
Yes.
That's consultant Alexi. Ito, tama daw yung pronunciation na ito, Lachtinmaki.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you say it one more
He's
time?
Finnish. Lachtinmaki. Okay. Coach Alexi. Yun na lang. So, he is the team consultant here for the Letran Lady Knights. And they're trying to, get them over the hump. Because back-to-back, they lost in the finals. This year, they're looking to take it all the way. Jodel Netura, our reigning best opposite. Razonable.
No problem for Silva. Netura again.
Puro off-speed dito. Si Jodel. De Andres bringing it to Razonable. Easy pop-up for Letran. Estrelier to Sari. She goes down the line.
Sari with great variation. Earlier, she went cross-court. Now, she saw that the blocker wasn't there, so she went down the line.
And this is gonna be the challenge now for EAC. So many options for the Letran Lady Knights. Kumbaga, kung ikaw dumidepensa dito, malilito ka.
Two excellent sets so far for Estrelier, but look at that score, 14 leading versus 6.
They pulled away here as Perez overshoots the mark. 15-6 now, the biggest lead of Letran. This is Coach Alexi Lachtinmaki from Finland. Spent 4 years as a coach in Finland. Brought over here by a familiar face in Philippine volleyball, Coach Fabio. So now she's here.
We're seeing a lot of strong serves from Letran.
Yeah, kinakargahan. Perez.
Perfect pass.
Padilla from the middle. And Letran is cruising here in the opening set, 16-6. Let's head first to our technical timeout. Magbabalik po ang ating coverage.
Technical timeout. 16-6 in favor of the Lady Knights.
Back to our coverage. Total domination so far from last year's runner-up finishers, the Letran Lady Knights. Padilla, Sari, scoring the last 3 points, and this is another point for Padilla.
We can definitely see the change from Coach Mayet's system. Actually, yung pagpasok niya, sabi niya, I just want to remind the players that they're very capable to win every match. So this is something we're seeing, that the girls are very light in this match.
That's right. So, what a take by Estrelier. Wala talagang bumababang bola dito sa Letran until this point. I might have jinxed that.
That's what we call broadcasters jinx.
Yep. It's okay, they're ahead by 9.
But they're not playing like it because the hustle is really there for Letran.
Yeah. So, fun fact lang if you watch NCAA Juniors basketball, they have 2 players there, Cyrix Silorio, Daniel Padilla. They have sisters here in this volleyball team. Si Padilla, who just took the shot there, younger sister of Daniel Padilla, and the Silorio on the bench of Letran is the younger sister of Cyrix Silorio.
Actually, these players from Letran, they're from very athletic families. We also have Nitura, who has a sister in the Alas Pilipinas.
That's true. From the Nitura athlete family. Yan. As we see, Vanessa Sari get denied right here. That's a kill block for EAC, and that's something also Coach Kirk emphasized in practice. Kasi isa yun sa mga problemang nakita niya from the previous years, talaga yung blocking nila, yung net defense nila. And it also helps that they have Ashley Toriado, who was named as the second best middle blocker in high school in the girls division, but Judel Nitura will not be denied.
Very seamless hit from Nitura.
How would you describe, at least, from the opening set, how Letran is moving right now?
Very solid, very strong. Because you can see even from the services, it's very different. They're starting off their offense there, which is giving EAC such a hard time to get those defense and hits.
Precisely. Also happening in their game against Arellano. Hindi nila pinapwesto yung Arellano Lady Chiefs. Perez with a push, and that sails out. So Letran will establish a 10-point lead in the first set.
We have Sari on the service line. A service is actually the first line of not only offense but also defense.
Yeah.
Kasi pag pinahirapan mo yung opponent mo, you're gonna have more chances for that chance ball or that free ball in order to transition.
That's true. Silva, she has that capability from her years in playing beach volley. Nitura puts it down.
Above and beyond the blockers for Nitura.
Wow, the Lady Knights are in cruise control right now. Judel Nitura with yet another point. It's another timeout for Coach Kirk.
Sabi ko what matters is kung anong gagawin natin sa kanila. Naghihintay tayo ng gagawin nila sa atin eh. Ang ginagawa, hindi naman tayo nasa beach volley Man, kailangan nila makatanggap ng power sa atin. Wala tayong ginagawa, hindi tayo nagre-response eh. Hindi tayo naglalaro, naghihintay tayo ng gagawin nila sa atin. Hindi talaga tayo ginagawa.
Great takeaway from that timeout from Coach Kirk was that they're actually waiting for what Letran will do. They're waiting to react but not act on their own. So, sabi niya nga, kailangan nila magbuga, lack of a better term, ng magaganda and also stronger hits para pahirapan itong Lady Knights. But right now, we're seeing EAC, they have to gain the confidence for this match.
Didn't happen in that sequence. And you can't do that against a great team like Letran because you're letting them dictate what's going to happen. Kailangan ikaw mag-impose, may aggression ka, at talagang you need to take space on the court.
They have to be able to challenge Letran in this match. Good pass by Silva.
Martin. It is dug up. Here's Diana on the approach. Bounced off the net. Back to Martin.
Net defense is good for EAC.
Push from behind. Perez will try. Oh, Silva.
That's
Absorbing
a chance
that.
ball now.
Yeah. Oh,
Silva
Tequila.
read it well.
Pero buhay pa. Oh, good reaction from De Andres.
Battle of the liberos here.
Back set for Netura again. A long rally we are witnessing. And it is ended by a kill block from Letran.
Coach Mayet very, very happy with that sequence.
How about this? Padilla shutting the door on Diana. Diba? May Padilla ka, may Isar ka. They still have a few tall players that they haven't used yet.
And this is a very complete squad.
Yeah.
But I really want to note the improvement of Estrelier.
That's right. I remember her first year. I think she was still alternating as we see our first challenge of the match. Alternating between being a spiker and a setter. And eventually transitioned to a full-time setter. Struggled a little bit, Gaira, in her first years kasi syempre hindi yun yung natural position niya. But eventually got her groove.
But from that, na nahirapan siya transitioning from a spiker to a setter, that actually built her character.
Yeah.
And now she can use that as a spiking setter.
That's true.
That's definitely in. Any part of the ball that touches the line is in. So unsuccessful challenge for EAC.
Everything going Letran's way here in the opening set. Unsuccessful challenge for Coach Kirk Ong. Doble palet para dito sa EAC. So their setter will be Georgina Lut. Siya yung long-time secondary setter playing behind Ann Formento in the previous years.
Good set.
Back row hit.
Perfect
Netura.
set from Estrelier.
And Judel Netura continues her rampage. And how about a 15-point lead for the Letran Lady Knights?
A dominant first set for Letran.
My goodness. This is an incredible performance by Letran. Ramos from the middle. And that breaks the dry spell for EAC. See, Marinel Ramos.
And maybe this is what EAC needs. They need Lut as the setter right now in order, because of course she knows the players. She's known the players for a long time. So mas mapapaikot niya yung system as well as the players in terms of transitions.
That's right.
Good block.
Silva bringing this one to Martin, who takes care of that double coverage at the net. Yan Martin right here. Two blockers in front of her, no problem. And mind you, this is without Gia Makilang. Still. Padilla. Ooh.
Miscommunication there caused the error.
Sari from the back row. And she catches the line. So Letran finishes off EAC here in the first set with a back row hit from Vanessa Sari. Hold on. Yeah, 25-9 in favor of the Letran Lady Knights, and they quickly take the lead. That's why Estrella is able to set things up perfectly as well.
She's having such a great time activating all her spikers.
So we'll see if Letran can continue their domination in the second set. But for the fourth straight set this season, 3 from Arellano, 1 today against EAC. They're looking like a championship team.
They're looking like they're already at their peak.
That's true.
Here in early on in this season, but that's a challenge for them, because when you peak, you go down. This is something they have to sustain until the end.
Or if they still have another level to reach. So that's also a challenge for them to reach that, if ever, to
Break the
rise to that
roof.
level. Yeah. Ramos with a runner here. Martin as we begin set number 2. Back row hit, bounced off the net. Ooh. And Letran scores that point.
First point for the Lady Knights.
So again, Letran scoring the first point, and it's off an attack. EAC, you know, they get the ball. Yung mga second ball na ganun, medyo hindi rin nila nakukuha. The Andres too near the net. That was an overpass from her.
But that's something they have to improve as well, and they have to train that, na naaabangan yung bola na pumupunta sa net. But first things first, they have to get better touches in their first ball.
Serving now was one of the best servers last season, Judel Netura.
Better pass there.
Perez kinargahan. Tequila backs it for the Yanan. Popped up. Oh, Martin through the 2 blockers.
But even though Letran, the Lady Knights, had a very dominant first set, we're still seeing the first 6 here in the second set. There are no substitutions coming from the coaching staff.
Yeah. Mukhang gusto umuwi ng maaga. Ni Coach Maya.
1-2 play from Estrella again.
Dayanan had to ad-lib. This is Martin again. She has been on fire for the Lady Knights.
But that was such a perfect set from Estrella. Like you said, the spikers of the Lady Knights are very well fed in this match.
And I like the approach of Yen Martin. She's gotten more, at least in the early moments of this one, she's gotten more efficient with her attacks. Perez, hindi pa rin makapasok sa depensa ng Letran.
1 point, the Lady Knights.
Again, that wall at the net for the Lady Knights has been steady. This time it went through the hand of Estrella. And Judel continues to serve. This is how they started the opening set. Oh, Ramos breaks the dry spell.
Very smart move from Ramos. We can see that Letran, very seamless and established yung blockings nila. So you have to make a way to use those hands to get the point for your team.
Kasi pag sa gilid pumupunta sa open opposite, bantay sarado ng Letran. Let's now go to the middle, sabi ni Dequilia, and then it worked. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, Ramos will serve again.
There was no whistle yet on that one.
Okay. Excite lang ng konti.
Hopefully she can replicate that strong serve of hers earlier.
Ramos. Ooh. This is too strong though.
Sometimes you really get rattled during these times in the game. But it's still early.
6-1 start for Letran. Yen Martin with 5 points already.
Jump serve. Perfect pass for EAC.
That's a good pass, yeah. Toriado was activated, but it's still alive, and Sari is able to score.
Perfect target for Sari as well. Going for the middle blocker. She actually just made a way for that ball to go over.
But this was a good hit from Toriado. Sari just made something out of nothing that time. Even in the broken plays, Coach Mayet affirms kahit yung mga broken play.
And this is where you can see Letran has already built their familiarity with each other. Kasi even though pa-error na, they can still make a way to get that point. Although Sari committing that error in that sequence.
2-7. Still in favor of Letran. One of the few errors of Letran so far. So Dequilia will proceed here at the service line.
Full front row now for EAC.
Let's see. From Iloilo to, from La Paz National High School. Sari approaches and goes off the block that time. So Letran is first again to 8 points. That means we'll head to a quick break. Pagbalik po natin, we'll hear another story from our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda.
Mga kapuso, nagbabalik ang NCAA Season 101 Women's Volleyball Tournament dito lamang sa San Andres Sports Complex. Gaya nga ng sabi ni Coach Kirk kung ano ang nangyayari sa atin, saying to his players and reiterating that this is not the time for them to be passive. Ika nga niya, hindi pwede ang tulog sa loob ng court. Hindi pwedeng tayo ang naghihintay sa kung anong ibibigay nila sa atin, pero sila ang dapat na mag-abang sa kung ano ang gagawin natin. Kaya naman the huddle before this second set started with a reminder of Coach Kirk saying, kailangan nating pag-isipan ng bawat kilos. Hindi pwedeng palo lang ng palo. Martin and Gaira?
Maraming salamat, Bianca. You need to play perfect against this Letran team.
Well, it's just like what Coach said earlier. They can't just react to what Letran is giving them. They have to act and actually, as the Lady Generals, they have to take charge in this match.
And this is a start for them. Ashley Toriado activated by Dequilia, and she scores. This is a promising player they picked up from their high school program. It's her alongside Angel Perez. Sila yung duo na nanggaling doon. Both awardees as well in the girls division. Now in the seniors team. Good reaction from Razonable. Yun nga lang, hindi na nakuha yung second ball.
That's something that they have to improve on. Every time the ball goes toward the net, hindi nila maangat. They're not really used to that kind of situation inside the game.
And they've had a few already. You know, those kinds of moments. Back set here for Toriado. Inangat ni Silva. Nietura putting it down. It's been a while for Judel. So siya naman yung pinuntahan dito ni Estrelier. How about that set from Nat?
Estrelier definitely playing like she's one of the veterans here for Letran.
10-3 in favor of the Lady Knights. Razonable, faulty first ball. Service ace for Estrelier.
Showing dominance here in the second set very early, actually.
Yeah. So Coach Kirk calling for another timeout.
Last did the same thing. So when last is serve, middle serve, block that side. Let her spike here.
Okay, so that wasn't the voice of Coach Kirk. That was Coach Alexi you heard. But Coach Kirk Ong, in his first game here in the NCAA, is a little bit frustrated. He was hoping for a better showing from his team. It's hard though, especially if your first game is against Letran.
But that's also a challenge, a good challenge for Coach Kirk, because again, this team is in the bottom seed in the last season. So this is his chance to bring them up. But again, it's a challenge because this team is very down confidence-wise. So that's a building process here in season 101.
They finished number 9 last year, 4-14. Ito na, ipinasok na. She's not 100%, but she'll give it a go. Itong si Eliza Alimen. Meron discomfort ng konti sa kanyang balikat. Dekilia, Dayanan.
That was 4 touches. A lot of errors piling up now for EAC.
13-3. Alimen, by the way, was our number 9 scorer in the competition in season 100, scoring 220 points.
Perfect pass.
Go to the middle again. So Toriado is able to score. She is starting to get into her rhythm.
And that's a change we're seeing from EAC in this set as well. We've been seeing the setter just activating and utilizing her middle blockers a lot more. But that's thanks to the defense, the improved defense they have here in the second set as well.
That's right. Ang pinalitan ni Toriado dito sa lineup ng EAC was Jaja Villenas, Jodel Netura. It's another point for Jodel. She has gotten so much better.
And she's gotten a lot more explosive in this season.
Even efficiency-wise, you know, you rarely, at least, you know, in the first 2 games, you rarely see her commit an attack error.
Actually, I've been seeing that this team is more explosive and they're a lot faster, a lot agile, a lot more agile. Actually, I was talking to their conditioning coach earlier, their strength and conditioning coach, Nico Francisco. He really worked on the girls during the off-season.
And you see it with their movement. There's more fluidity on the court. As Pasaol, another new face from EAC. She commits the attack error, so Letran will go ahead and take an 11-point lead. Can they hold down EAC to back-to-back single-digit sets? We'll see. Padilla with the emphatic hit. Quick attack for Padilla. 16-4.
Padilla with an exclamation point.
Wow. Dominant performance by Letran. Welcome back to the coverage. Padilla with a spicy hit. And nicely set up as well by Estrelier.
Hot hands indeed. She saw that there was a blocker in front of her, so she decided to go left.
And she enjoyed that point. This is Padilla. Service error for Sari. And we rarely say this, but these are errors they can afford. As Gia Makilang enters the game for the first time.
The coaches are already trying to reintroduce her to the game again. They're trying to take it slow with her, make sure she's 100%.
Former beach volleyball MVP and an excellent two-way player for the Lady Knights. Netura winds up and puts it down.
No problem for Netura going down the line.
She is automatic today. Jodel.
But that set actually coming from Padilla, that back set from a middle, it was really perfect.
Oh. Even her serve is good. Ramos. Bumalik. Pasaol. Estrelier. Choosing Martin. Dequilia goes back to Pasaol here. He was looking to swipe it out and it worked.
EAC trying to find their footing here in the second set.
So this is Angelica Pasaol from Davao City. Ang nag-recruit sa kanya papunta dito si Cara Dayanan. So brought her over from Davao, from Santo Niño High School. Ooh! Grabe! Hindi mapigilan ang Netura.
Netura has been unstoppable. Already with 8 points in this match.
And that's a lot because because of the way the passes are being made here by Estrelier, the way the ball has been distributed. Diba? Well distributed eh. Tapos 8 points pa rin yung Netura.
And we haven't even seen the scores of her middle blockers as well as her open spikers.
So that's gonna be a service error dito sa secondary setter ng Letran Lady Knights. Si Tumayaw. Erica Budonal is now in the game. She had her moments in season 100 alongside Eliza Alimen. 7 serving 18.
Good pass again from Silva.
Martin finding a spot at the back.
The Lady Knights, they're not struggling now because look at how they hit. They hit above the blockers or at the side. So talagang they're making a way to get every point.
19-7. Ooh. Service error.
Actually with 3 service errors already in this match for the whole team of Letran.
3 service errors pero ganito pa rin yung score. Diba?
Still very dominant.
Again, these are errors they can afford at this point. Dequilia, that's a good serve. Better reception from Silva. Pakilang tries. Back set here for Colendra. Went for the drop. And it works for Colendra. And we know Colendra, because of her power when it comes to her spikes, but this time choosing to be smart with her attempt.
Sarap nga, di ba? Paluin mo dun sa soma. Huwag mo ibigay dun sa 5. Dun lang, tsaka gitna sa ilaw. Pero hindi tayo pwede mabagal na bola. Kailangan pass ball. Balik, no? Kailangan tayo dumipensa, kanya-kanya tayo. Kailangan ka nauuna doon. Hindi ka pumapasok.
Well, Coach Kirk was actually at the end of that timeout targeting De Andres. Trying to say na dapat pumapasok siya in terms of defense kasi iniintay niya lang yung bola. But at the same time, good timeout kasi sinabi rin ni Coach Kirk na don't target Silva when it comes to hitting. The players, the attackers should go down the line, zone 1 or zone 6 only para maiwasan siya totally.
Yeah. Pati nga kahit nga pumunta ka dun, may chance pa rin maabutan ni Silva yan. She's that agile. Oh, Toriado.
And they're that familiar with the system.
That's right. Oh!
That's still good. Coverage is good for Letran.
Martin. That one went straight to the net. So EAC, that was a good sequence for the Lady Generals.
What I've been seeing with EAC, they're just lacking confidence because a lot of players are very promising.
Yeah.
And they're very strong. It's just that they need to play as a single unit and not individually in this match.
You're right. And Padilla has made a difference for the Lady Knights here. A very promising middle blocker.
Yeah, and then it was her who got that first ball, but she made a way to get in and approach so explosively.
Yeah. And she's such an effective piece to use as a decoy or at least create confusion with the net defense of EAC. Kasi grabe, threat na rin siya dun sa gitna. Oh. Toriado.
Oh, that was a good touch from Toriado.
Nakita mo sa reaction niya.
Off-speed attack.
That was a sharp off-speed though. This one went down quickly.
She went for a tres now, actually, not those usual fast hits. Now she's on the service line.
So EAC hits double figures here. 10 to 21. Netura!
Just like a bomb.
10 points now for Judel Netura. Automatic today. Just unstoppable. Look at this. She's been going down the line since the first set. Pero hindi pa rin mapigilan. Tara Dayanan challenging the blockers to no avail.
The Lady Knights up by 13 points. All smiles in this match.
Tara Dayanan. Again, that Letran net defense. That impenetrable defense they've shown so far. Pasaol. Diretso kay Silva. Back row hit for Makilang. Dequilia going back to Pasaol here for the push.
Good coverage.
Sa kabila naman, Dayanan.
That's still good.
Popped up by Silva. Netura.
Longest rally so far.
Yeah. Ooh, confusion from EAC's attackers. Martin. De Andres keeps it alive. Here is Pasaol. Denied.
Netura, her hands on that block.
That's Padilla getting the kill block. Oh no, it's Judel para.
Netura was very much there. Talagang inaabangan talaga nila eh.
Grabe.
Good serve, short ball, targeting the middle. But they go back to her.
Running hit. Netura cross court. Read by Dequilia. Alimin. You can see her, she's not yet 100%. Judel! Drops down the hammer to end set number 2.
Estrelier serving a feast for her spikers. Netura loving that one.
It is another runaway finish for the Letran Lady Knights. Netura with her 11th point in the match. 25 to 10. They take a 2-0 lead.